I'm stealing this from Pipkin Pippa because it's absolute gold. This right here is a picture worth 1,000 words that belongs in a museum to show future generation what diversity in video gaming was all about. Did you guys see it? Did you see it? I will show it to you, bigot. You have Naughty Dog congratulating another company, right? So what binds these two gaming companies together is ideology. It's the progressive ideology that binds us, that unites us, that transcends humanity and reaches through capitalism in order to shake hands from two competing companies that are now telling themselves that they are excellent people. They are excellent human beings because they have made a video game with ugly women in it. So they're very progressive. I mean, much work was done. People have slaved over a hot computer in order to bring you these video games, these very progressive titles that are going to shape your mind. They're going to turn you from a bigot into a woke activism. You're going to go out there and you're going to say, yes, women can. Women are very powerful because I have played The Last of Us and I know that to be the case. In fact, it reminds me when I was in law school. I was a little young lad back then. I was a little bit more introverted. I played World of Warcraft almost the entire day. And I didn't get out much, almost at all. And there's this teacher that was a university professor who was also a judge. And she told us how scared she was because she had a very difficult case involving some people that were connected with the underground. And one day she went to her home and she found her dog beaten and the entire house was ransacked. And she said that she's very afraid. So I asked her, because I was a progressive individual, I was influenced by wokeness, even at that age. And I asked her, it's like, okay, why don't you take karate lessons? And the entire class laughed at me, right? Because she was a woman. But I didn't understand, like, why can't she be like Xena? Why can't she be like the warrior princess? Why can't she go and beat up all those pesky underworld people? Because that's what I would have done. I would have learned karate. I would have learned kung fu like in Karate Kid. Because I learned a lot, you know, not from university, not from school, not from my parents. I learned from the media, from entertainment. What I see on the television is what I internalize. And I think what these corporations are telling me to think. And I think that women are very strong, capable, right? And that is the message. That is the message that we get. But the message sometimes takes resources away from what's supposed to be in the picture, right? Like the message comes first. The picture comes later. And in other words, as you can notice here, seems to be a little bit of string missing. But that's okay. That's okay because the message is what matters. Who cares about the game? Who cares about the picture? Who cares about anything? Is the message on point? Yes. All is good. Because anyone that criticizes, anyone that points it out is obviously a bigot. And this is exactly what we see in the video gaming industry nowadays, with a lot of games that do not put emphasis on gameplay, do not put emphasis on world development, do not put emphasis on character development. All that matters is the message. I mean, think about Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Does it do any world building? Does it talk about politics like in the prequels? Does it show us new and interesting? No, not really. You know what it does? It pushes the message, motherfucker. The message that matters. The message is at the front. Everything else doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that the fights don't make sense, that the characters act irrationally, that the plot has inconsistencies. Who cares? That's what's important. It's the message. Look at it. Very beautiful. I love it. I absolutely love it. The absolute state of the video gaming, and actually, you know what? The absolute state of the entertainment industry. Right? I mean, you get to play all of these games that are broken on launch, broken on release, bad, abhorrent. But if you criticize them, you're a bigot. But the message is very... So, I mean, look, Blizzard Activision, perfect example. Oh my god, the best example that I can give. So Blizzard Activision releases World of Warcraft, right? And then it starts putting out expansions and it starts milking the consumer. And people complain. And you have like every single expansion being worse than the previous, to the point where people are complaining about the bugs and they're complaining about the fact that some of the instances are broken. Nothing happens, right? Like the company doesn't even listen to these people. It's only when the message is in jeopardy. It's only when you have accusations that the leadership of the company is acting in a peculiar way. Oh, then all the people stop working on World of Warcraft. They actually took a break. That is the first time. So when the gameplay was suffering, when the community was complaining, when the numbers of players were dropping, no one gave a fuck. Right? Like when the bow doesn't have a string, no one cares. Oh, but when the message is in jeopardy, all right. Oh, we need to take measures. We need to fire people. We need to exchange our leadership and blah blah blah. What do you guys pay money for? Do you pay money for the message, or do you pay money to get entertained? Because I already heard the message. That's the problem. I know the message. I understand it. I understand it perfectly well. It's been years that the message was drilled into my brain. Can we play some good video games now that do not have the missing bowstring, if it's possible? Kind of reminds me of the Lord of the Rings trailer. I mean, I watched it, and it looked like a CGI mess. Apparently, like, the production has billions of dollars into it, and it looked like a CGI mess. I hope the rest of the TV show doesn't look like that. But I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be Pikachu face if it does. Because again, like, it's not important, right? The message is the most important thing. The actual acting or the scenery, everything like that doesn't matter. You guys remember the original trilogy? I mean, it was the scenery that blew me away. I remember watching the trailer with them going up in the mountains, and it was so amazing that I really didn't care what the story in that movie was. I just wanted to see it. Like, the scenery was so good. And then I saw the movie and the story and the characters. Oh my god. But instead, we're not getting any of that. We're getting CGI. Getting CGI, chat. We're getting CGI. But we're getting the message. Oh, the message is loud and clear. Crystal clear. As crystal as possibly can. So yeah, I don't know. I haven't played Horizon Forbidden West. But it's interesting to see how much it's being shilled. I'll talk about it tomorrow. I think Variety magazine is shilling it. And again, they're acting like it's the first video game with a female character in it. I don't know, I guess this is the first video game where the main character doesn't have the bowstring. How do you fuck up this bad, though? Like, how do you fuck up this bad? You know, like, I don't know. I think they would hire professionals. Like, people on Tumblr don't fuck up this bad, do they? And what's interesting, like, here's another interesting aspect of this shenanigans. No one notices. No one notices. Not a single person notices that this is the case. Like, everyone is like, no, it's fine. It's almost like it's not there. They're pretending they don't see it. So they don't get called a bigot, I guess. Let me know what you guys think. And I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.